I call this meeting to order at 6 p.m. We'll start off with 1.1, our land acknowledgement statement. We, the Municipality of Red Lake, acknowledge that our foundation and the spaces in which we live and maintain are on the unceded lands of the Anishinaabe of Red Lake, the traditional lands of Lac Seul and Wabaskang First Nations, and Treaty 3 territory. As we are all treaty people, we will continue to cherish our reciprocity of all of our relationships on these sacred lands and waters. Please be advised, anyone present may not record video or audio tape and or leave any cell phone on without the permission of the mayor. It's now time for the disclosure of pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof for the agenda for this meeting and for minutes of a meeting in which a member was not in attendance. Seeing none. Moved by Councillor Hager, seconded by Councillor Baduch. Resolved that the Council, the Corporation, the Municipality of Red Lake hereby consider sections 4 to 8 of the Part 1 consent agenda as read and adopt the items. Would any councillor like an item pulled 4 through 8? And we'll start with Councillor Baduch.
8.3.
8.3? Just that one?
Yeah.
Councillor Butterfield?
Nope.
Councillor Christoph? Councillor Hager?
8.2.
And 8.2. Okay, we'll start with 8.2. Go ahead, Councillor Hager.
Okay, so this is with regards to the external minutes that we receive, and it's for the Northwestern Health Unit meeting minutes from June 28th.
Yes.
And in there, in the 9.2 item, it's a reference to Dr. Young Hoon providing an overview of the opioid overdose rates in Northwestern Health Unit in our catchment area, and it states there that there's been an increase since the start of the pandemic. And so I guess what I'm wondering is, how can we access those? Because I would really be interested in finding out if there's been an increase. Are there specific areas that have been more affected than others, and what that increase is?
Yeah, no, totally understand, because it's a very generic statement. Mm-hmm. The Northwestern Health Unit covers a lot of territory geographics. We can definitely make a follow-up request of the Northwestern Health Unit to get them to expand on it and more specifically ask about the Red Lake area, if that would work for you.
Well, I think so. Just given the rates across Canada and the increase in the mental health issues related, I just think that's something we should be on top of. Okay,
100%. And if there's any literature to follow up from the health unit, of course, we'll get it shared out to everybody as well too. But we can definitely follow up with that.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Councillor Baduch, 8.3.
Yeah, I'd asked some questions last week to the CAO, and I just wonder if you had any feedback on the costs.
Certainly. So as it pertains to the water meter repairs that was presented to the committee of the whole on September the 13th, the question was raised, what did the new units cost? And they are $502.36 per. So if we bought 50 new ones, it would cost us $25,118. The other questions were lifespan. That it varies because there could be a sediment that gets into the meter itself that it will malfunction. So to give a specific or average lifespan, it's very difficult for us to provide that. And if there could be a freezing of pipes that impacts the water meter. So we have Neptune water meters, and it's a 20-year warranty on all the units. So when we bought them new, the first 10 years it's 100%. So, and then years 11 and 12, you get 50% of the cost covered, and then it just goes down to year 20 where it becomes 10%, and then beyond year 20 you get 0. So what we're seeing here with this cost of just over $12,000 to repair the 50 meters, that's a combination of there are different varying degrees within that warranty cycle. And I believe that is all your questions, unless there was something.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering, so it's basically about half price, give or take a few bucks to rebuild and over purchasing.
Okay. Any further discussion on E3? No. Moved by Councillor Hager, seconded by Councillor Baduch. Resolved that the Council of the Corporation of the Municipality of Red Lake hereby consider sections 4 to 8 of the Part 1 consent agenda as read and adopt the items. All in favor? Carried. And moved by Councillor Butterfield, seconded by Councillor Christoph. Resolved that the Council of the Resolved that the Council of the Corporation of the Municipality of Red Lake hereby consider all bylaws, section 9 of the Part 1 consent agenda as read without amendment or debate a first and second time. All in favor? Carried. And moved by Councillor Butterfield, seconded by Councillor Hager. Resolved that the Council of the Corporation Municipality of Red Lake hereby consider all bylaws, section 9 of the Part 1 consent agenda as read a third time and passed. Does any councillor have any questions of section 9 of the Part 1 consent agenda? And I'll start with Councillor Baduch.
9.2.
9.2. Councillor Butterfield?
No.
Councillor Hager? Councillor Christoph?
Not for me.
And I will poll 9.6, please. Councillor Baduch, 9.2, the floor is yours.
Just wondering where the location of this FM transmitter is going to be.
I believe the location is on Poplar Crescent. The specific address, I believe, is 11 Poplar Crescent. Is where this is located. And this is a lease assignment, right?
It's a name change basically from
Yep.
corporation.
Oh, okay. It's just a name change? Did you say it was a name change?
Yeah, the last, I can't see right now, but it's corporation, I believe, was the only change.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
going from Acadia Broadcasting Limited to Acadia Broadcasting
Okay. I
Corporation.
just wasn't sure if they were putting up a new one
No.
for bigger area. Okay.
Okay, and I asked for 9.6, please. We'll let the CAO start off with 9.6.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So excited to introduce to Mayor and Council and to the public our new municipal treasurer who is starting on September the 27th. So excited to welcome Trilby Sterling Catler to the municipal team. Trilby comes to us by way of industry, specifically the mining industry currently. She's got a very dynamic background, which includes a finance officer and interim CAO at Grandview Municipality in Manitoba. So she comes with municipal experience, and that will be an enormous asset to our organization and community. She's a certified general accountant, so CGA, and also has a certificate in Manitoba Municipal Administration. So welcome, Trilby.
Welcome.
Well, Trilby,
Applause.
we look forward to you being part of our team and looking out for our residents in our municipality, and we look forward to working with you. So welcome, and we can hardly wait for you to start. It's been a long time coming, so we truly look forward to that, and looking forward to seeing you at obviously our council meetings will be a part of, and committee of the whole and other things that take place, but we truly look forward to working with you, so welcome.
Thank you very much. I look forward to joining the team. I think you guys have a great group here. I'm excited to be part of it.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Anybody else have a comment? Councillor Hager?
Oh, just that, I'm just echoing that we're so excited, yes. Yeah, we're very happy, and this is your seat, right here.
Okay, well, again, thank you for coming this evening. Finally get to put a face to the name, and again, we look forward to working with you. So, welcome to the family.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys enjoy the rest of your
All right.
Right. See you next week. 7 days.
Okay, call to question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, moving down to referred and deferred items. 10.1 is the recognition of the Truth and Reconciliation for September 30th. Do you have any documentation on that?
Not at the
No.
moment.
Okay, so this was left as part of discussion from Committee of the Whole last week, and some council members asked for this item to be deferred to move forward to council. So I'm opening the floor up for discussion on council's feelings on moving forward with recognizing September 30th as a day off or not for our municipal employees. Who would like to move forward? Councillor Butterfield.
So I think we should definitely recognize this day for this year for sure. I have a feeling in the future it'll become a provincial holiday as well as a federal. So I think we should recognize our people having the day off and be able to think about what this means and what we're going to do going forward. So I'm in favor of it.
Okay, great, thank you. Councillor Baduch?
Well, I definitely think we have to recognize this day in some way. And there's no set way I'd like. I'm okay with how everyone else feels, whether it's a full day or we shut down operations for 2 or 3 hours to have the whole town stand still. I could make a statement that way too, but like I said, I just don't think if we do, we should treat it as a stat. Because there probably will be some people who have to work, whether it be the roads, if we lose a day on the roads, that sort of thing. So maybe we give them a day in lieu later, if they have to work that day instead of a stat.
Okay, great, thank you. Councillor Christoph?
So yeah, I was a lot of looking into this, but I'm along the lines with Councillor Butterfield about if we observe for this year and then just see how it goes. So I would be okay with doing that.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Hager?
And I agree, because I really feel like this is in the spirit of reconciliation. And this is, we've talked about this in the past, is this is what we do the right thing for the people that work with us.
Wholeheartedly agree. So that being said,
So I believe we have a motion that captures the intent.
okay, I'll read this and let me know if council's okay with this wording. Okay, moved by Councillor Baduch, seconded by Councillor Hager. Whereas the Council of the Corporation, the Municipality of Red Lake hereby declares September 30th, 2021 as a holiday in recognition of the first National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, and be it resolved that the Council of the Corporation and Municipality of Red Lake will revisit for subsequent years. Okay, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, going down to item 12, administrative reports, the CAO 12.1A is the staff report Rec 2021-05 review of the waste and recycling management. Mr. CAO.
So before you today is the staff recommendation to select Stantec to perform the waste recycling management modernization review. An RFP was issued on August 24th, 2021, and I guess the substance of the review, or objectives of the review, is to evaluate existing operations, waste and recycling, seek efficiencies, cost-saving measures, modernization opportunities, and also revenue opportunities. The other part, another key part to this, is seeking partnerships. Those could be with neighboring communities. And at the end of the day, a big part of this exercise is our long-term self-sustaining strategy for waste management. The financial considerations is $43,780 plus the non-refundable tax portion. The cost will be recovered by our approved application under the Municipal Modernization Funding Program, intake number 2. As this aligns, this initiative aligns perfectly with our strategic plan, prepare for the Road South established shared services agreements. And from a staff perspective, we really think that we believe that this is a good starting point for some good joint venture opportunities with our neighbors. And of course, strategy 5 under the strategic plan is target investments in infrastructure, long-term waste management strategy. Again, staff is recommending Stantec, and the alternatives are to select another bid or do not proceed with the review. But this is a fully funded review up to $80,000. I'll open it for any questions or comments.
Any questions or comments? Councillor Butterfield.
So was there another bid put in besides Stantec, or was it just Stantec that was?
There was 3 bids total.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Councillor Hager.
So Stantec is going to be the ones, if it's approved, are they going to, they're going to actually come here, they'll be on the ground up here while they're doing this?
Correct.
So will there be opportunities for being able to talk to people? And I'm seeing this as a really good opportunity for us to maybe find out some really innovative things, and whether, will they be willing to, chat with us if we have ideas?
They would be if we, I mean, we've used them on a couple other initiatives, and they've been very open-minded to any of our needs or suggestions. And another key component to Stantec is they're working on a strategy for a neighboring community. So we see a really good alignment opportunity there for us. Some synergy.
And Stantec, just going off of that, based on the history, they've had community forums here, open houses, and all sorts of things. So we could ensure that that's part of this process as well.
Can I just have a follow-up?
Certainly.
So when you made reference that it will be paid for through the modernization funding, that's the 80,000?
Correct.
So do we have to find other ways to use the rest of the money as well? Or do we have to return it if we don't use it? What happens?
Well,
We'll use it.
we're approved up to 80.
Up to 80, okay.
Yeah. So and right now, as mentioned, the bid is well below that. But if there's opportunities to expand, we'll certainly reach out to municipal affairs and see if those opportunities can be realized under the funding.
Good.
No, it's a fantastic, exciting project to help benefit our community and move forward with everything. We all know the expense of recycling and garbage removal and our cost for the transfer station. So hopefully this will be beneficial for us. Any other comments, discussion? Councillor Butterfield?
So I remember we were discussing a while back that the manufacturers were going to be held accountable for part of this. Has that ever come to fruition, or is it just kind of sitting there right now?
They're still working through the details for our area, and there might be I sense there's some community jockeying on who would be kind of the home base, because we're obviously very unique here in the Northwest versus Southern Ontario, where it's a lot easier for the manufacturers to get access to that recycling. So they're still working through the details on it.
Okay.
No further comments? Moved by Councillor Hager, seconded by Councillor Butterfield. Resolved that the Council of the Corporation and the Municipality of Red Lake hereby accepts Staff Report Rec 2021-05 regarding the review of waste and recycling management. Be it further resolved that the Council of the Corporation and the Municipality of Red Lake hereby approves to enter into an agreement with Stantec Consulting regarding the review. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Moved by Councillor Butterfield, seconded by Councillor Hager. Resolved that the Council of the Corporation and the Municipality of Red Lake hereby consider bylaw 59-2021 as read without amendment or debate a first and second time. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Butterfield, seconded by Councillor Paduch. Resolved that the Council of the Corporation and the Municipality of Red Lake hereby consider bylaw number 59-2021 as read a third time and passed. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, moving down to item 13, new business. 13.1 is the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing read the Municipal Modernization Program for intake number 3. Mr. CAO.
And we have discussed this matter, but we wanted to just bring it forward again, just to confirm the intent of our application. Of course, this is the intake number 3 under this program, which allows municipalities to benefit from provincial funding to conduct third-party reviews, as well to implement projects to increase efficiency, effectiveness, and lower costs in the longer term. We have discussed that we would apply, and again, the deadline to apply is October 19th of this fall, 2021, that we would be submitting for the Kosher Arena standardization review. And again, it would be a review that we'll look at, and we've already received, we've assigned a company to conduct the review. They, that at the end of the day, we want to know the true cost if we were to standardize the Kosher Arena, make the ice surface the appropriate size, enough seating to accommodate regional events, minors hockey games, dressing rooms, etc. So I think it's very, I guess, diligent on council's part to move forward with this. But just want to confirm that the Kosher Arena standardization review is what we'll apply for under this program.
Thank you, Mr. CAO. Yes, I believe we had that discussion around here. Does anybody object to that? No objectors, so we can move forward with that. And we've been successful with the first 2 intakes as well, too, so I don't see a problem.
75%,
Yeah.
that's good.
Pardon me?
I said 75% is pretty good.
And then I was just thinking if we don't use part of the phase of number 2 that we got from what we just passed here, I wonder if we can move some of that money, but I can have a sidebar discussion with the CAO about that later. Maybe to cover up a few dollars there. Okay, great. Thank you, Mr. CAO. Item 13.2 is the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund Corporation Recreation and Activities Program Intern. Exciting news, Mr. CAO.
Yeah, the intent for today's purposes, again, is just to show the exciting news. I believe this resonated from the Environment, Parks and Recreation Committee So it's good that their hard work is going to be helpful with us obtaining an individual. So the conditional contribution, and we haven't received the agreement yet, but total funding not to exceed $35,000. So as a council, and we'll definitely present something from staff, but we may have to look at what our contribution might be. So it might be a little bit more than 10% for us to, to acquire the person we want for this position. So that could be coming in the future from a budgetary perspective.
Great, thank you, Mr. Sia. Any questions, comments? Okay. Moved by Councillor Padu, second by Councillor Butterfield. Resolved that the Council of the Corporation Municipality of Red Lake hereby adjourns to meet again at the call of the mayor. All in favor? Thank you, everyone.